So what do you do when your spouse has a cardiac arrest? Well, you're going to grab your cell phone and dial 911 as you're running to the front door to unlock it so the ambulance crew can get in when they get there. When they answer, you're going to tell them your address and what's wrong, and then you're going to start CPR on your spouse. You get your spouse on a hard, flat surface on their back. You're going to press down on the center line where it intersects the intranipple line, 2 inches, 100 times a minute with full recoil. You're going to probably have to do this for about 10 minutes. Are you comfortable that you can do 100 compressions per minute for 10 minutes, 2 inches deep? And are you comfortable your spouse can do 10 minutes of 2-inch deep compressions on you? We'll get back to this in a minute. Let's take a few moments to review cardiac arrests and where they happen and how often and to whom. Well, first of all, 80% of the victims are 50 years old or older. 2/3 of the victims are male. There are about 1,000 cardiac arrests in the United States every day. And 70% of those 1,000 arrests occur in a private residence. Let's talk about CPR. A lot has changed in the past 4 years. 4 years ago, a lot of people knew CPR was broken, but nobody was saying anything about it. In 2012 in Chatham County, Dr. Perez and I decided to do a study. Instead of using medical students or interns, we put together a test group whose age distribution approximated that of the cardiac arrest victims. This ties in with the 70% of the arrests happening in a private residence. Of that group, only 1 in 6 was able to last 10 minutes using their hands. We then tested them using the heel of their foot, and 4 times as many people were able to get to 10 minutes using the heel of their foot. The results were published in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine. The title was "Heel Compressions Quadruple the Number of People Who Can Make It to 10 Minutes." If you're looking for the article, the authors are Trenkamp and Perez, and the publication date was October last year. We are still hunting for a couple where each person can compress the other's chest by 2 inches. We're not sure that exists. We can't prove it doesn't exist, but we've looked at about 120 people so far, and it was pretty clear that it wasn't even necessary to test to find out. If there is a couple that can each compress the other's chest 2 inches, it's a rare event. This means that without a defibrillator in the house, you're delaying the defibrillation until the ambulance gets there. Early defibrillation is better than performing only CPR.
Let's spend a few seconds reviewing why we perform CPR after all. Why? Well, the traditional answer is we want to preserve the heart muscle and the brain by pumping oxygenated blood into those organs. There's a far more important reason to consider. Good CPR delays the transition of the victim's heart rhythm from a shockable to a non-shockable rhythm. When most cardiac arrest victims go into arrest, they start out in a shockable rhythm. With CPR delaying that's pretty important. Why, you ask? Well, the people that are resuscitated from a shockable rhythm are 7 times as likely as the others to walk out of the hospital with major brain function intact. And please don't confuse someone's holding a CPR card as the same thing as being able to do 10 minutes of compression on a specific person or a large number of people. Your ability to perform 2-inch deep compressions depends upon the victim's chest stiffness, the rescuer's weight distribution, and the compression method used. My imaginary twin sister is my same height and same weight. My extra weight's in my belly. Hers is a little higher. She can do CPR 2-inch on a larger portion of the adult population than I can.
So am I saying it's hopeless? Absolutely not. On the educational front, healed chest compression is being studied for implementation in bystander courses by the American Heart Association and the American Red Cross. That will be a big help over time. Ambulance personnel have the same problem as regular citizens in terms of having the weight it takes to do CPR. So we are pushing to get mechanical chest compression devices on the ambulances. I'm working on that now. Early defibrillation can compensate for minor deficiencies in how CPR is performed. And that's another reason to want to have a defibrillator in the house. Personal AEDs also permit defibrillation long before EMS arrives, and that's a very powerful statement. So what to do? We feel strongly that the best bet for couples over 50 is to own an AED and take it with them when they travel. There's no problem getting it through security screening. We just pack it in the baggage because there's AEDs all over the airport and there's AEDs on the airplanes. Check http://www.slicc.org and click on the red AED deal link in the upper left. SLIC is again running a group purchase of AEDs. This can only happen if we get 30 or more signed up. We don't make a penny on this thing. We're passing them on at the price we have to pay for them, adding only any expense we incur for sales tax, shipping, insurance, that sort of thing. We're getting the units at distributor cost, and it's 40% lower than anything else you're going to find on the web for this unit. Keep in mind that to have an AED and not need it is far, far better than to need one and not have it. Thank you.